YouTube. My name is Mesa Sean, and we are back here on Destiny 2 Forsaken. Okay, folks, in this video, we are going to do a full guide on the Blind Well. The Blind Well is a new endgame activity that is in the Dreaming City. You want to think of it of kind of like a combination of Court of Oryx and Escalation Protocol all wrapped up in one. Before we get into the video, guys, if you're watching this when I upload the video, September 9th, go see the Spider. He's got a really good exchange rate in terms of materials. He is either selling them for legendary shards or glimmer. I know me, I am always out of face glass and also the alkane dust. So go see the Spider, grab some materials. Now, the Blind Well is a really fun activity. It's basically a horde mode in multiple locations in one big room that ends up in different waves, and there will be a final boss fight, and there are 3 tiers, 1, 2, and 3. Each one of them is more difficult. Now, when you open up the final chest, you will get a number of consumables, materials, you can get weapons, armor, all sorts of stuff. But what you really want is right there, the Seed of Light. Now, this can only come from Tier 2. The Seed of Light will allow you to unlock one of your new subclasses. Now, the Blind Well is located right in the middle of the Dreaming City. However, the Dreaming City will change over time, so who knows if it will move. But it's basically this big old room right here, and you will have to defend certain areas for long enough for this light to be deposited, and then you will move on to the next wave, and then eventually, after a few rounds, you make it to the final boss. So to kick this thing off, you're going to go to this little thing right here, and it will have 3 different things where you can provide an offering: Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 3. Now, they will appear in your inventory under consumables as Charge of Light, and you can see I have plenty of them here, because we were farming Tier 2 all night tonight. And most of the time when you're getting these dark fragments or weapons or armor, you're getting these repeatedly, so you can keep farming this thing over and over. Also, Petra Venge will sell them, so if it's your first time, go see her first, get an offering, go do it. I would do Tier 1 first if it's your first time to get used to it, and then you'll start getting more, and then you could advance to Tier 2 and Tier 3. Now, here is how this escapade of joy is going to kick off, and I mean that not facetiously, because it's a lot of fun. So you are going to be in the bottom of the well where you actually put the offering in, and you will get swarmed by ads. Now look on the left hand side of the screen, you see 5 icons. Those are basically the 5 waves that you have. Now it also says light deposited. So you have a timer, and you have to hold down this area being mobbed by ads until you have enough light deposited. Now, after you complete each one, you will be directed to go to another area. Now notice as I'm making my way over there, I start taking damage until I get into the bubble. So if you are outside of the bubble, you have what's called Touch of the Deep, where you start taking damage. When you're inside the bubble, you have Touch of the Sky, so you won't take damage from being outside. However, you can get a buff called Harmony, and what that will do is not only protect you when you're outside for a short time, there will be a timer. You're going to use it for 2 other things: taking down certain yellow bar enemies that have a shield on them, but then also doing DPS on the final boss. You need to take a shield down, and the only way to do that is if you have the Harmony buff. Now here's what it looks like. Here's one of the ads, and he has a shield around him. Now we cannot do any damage on him unless someone picks up Harmony, takes his shield down, then we can kill that ad. Now to get Harmony, you will also see these other guys that are glowing, and when you kill them, they will drop, I think, 1 or 2 Harmony balls, right? They're way bigger than orbs. When you pick them up, you will see on the left-hand side of your screen that you have Harmony. So you could use it for a couple of things. 1, you do extra damage, or 2, if you see one of those ads or big yellow bars that's got a shield that is immune to anything, you can take that shield down, and you will need it for the final boss, like I said before. Now here's what it looks like when they drop the Harmony balls. So I'm going to slow this down for you a bit. So when it drops, it actually pops out of the ad that you kill, and anyone can grab it. But it will give you your super back really quickly. And a lot of this fight is all about super management and revives, okay? You all want to stay together. You're all inside that bubble right there. And the new Well of Radiance and Tethers are extremely handy. So I would recommend Well of Radiance, Night Stalker Tethers, and then also some serious DPS things like Hammers, Melting Point, maybe even a Slova Bomb. I wouldn't go with anything like Arc Strider, or let's see, well, Sentinel's okay. Well, the new Sentinel's pretty good actually, because they put up a shield and you can actually shoot through it. But you will get drops throughout it. Look, I just got a shotgun right there. So not only from the final chest will you get loot, but just from killing ads and anywhere on the Dreaming City, you will find drops. Now, once you see the percentage of light deposited go to 100%, like I said before, you will be directed to a new bubble that you got to stay in. Now, the reason why I said Arcstriders, I don't mean to offend Arcstriders here, but the problem with Arcstriders is that you want to stay in the bubble, and you want to kill ads from, well, you could shoot outside from the bubble. You don't want to go outside the bubble because you will take damage, but you will run out there to get orbs or to get harmony, or if you need to just pick up something. But for the most part, you want to stay together. You want to constantly be ready to revive, and if you have Will of Radiance, hey, pop that thing and you will buff everybody. Now, the final boss fight is fairly simple. You have ogres that have shields that need to be taken down with harmony, and then you can do some damage on them. So tier 1 will have 1 ogre, tier 2 will have 2 ogres, tier 3 will have 3 ogres. I wonder, I don't know at this point, if they rotate this every week and it will be different types of bosses that you have to kill. But you have the same mechanic because you're going to get swarmed by ads, and you will see these glowing yellow bar ads that will drop the harmony balls. So someone's got to be on harmony duty, go kill an ad, grab harmony, then they take the shield down, and then all of us can lay into those bosses and do DPS. Now, my character here was 514 power, and I got killed and it said 540 power. So tier 2 is 540 power. Tier 3, it looks like, is 550 power. That's one of those glowing ads right there that will drop, well, the one that I was just shooting at, that is going to drop harmony balls. So someone's got to kill that ad, get the harmony, and then start laying into that boss to break the shield, and then we can all do some DPS. Now, here's a pro tip. I found I was not doing that much damage to anything. Well, I was still seeing numbers until I started stacking 2 pieces of armor that had the armor mods Riven's Curse. That means while in the Dreaming City, you deal more damage, but also take more damage from all sources. So if you get this mod, hold on to it. I really didn't notice that I was taking much more damage. In tier 2, I mean, things are going to hit you pretty hard anyway, but I did notice a significant amount of damage that I was doing to all the ads, including the bosses. So some pro tips as we finish the video. Well, not pro tips, just Mesa fail tips. If you're brand new to the Dreaming City and are going to the Blind Well, I would wait until you're about 514 to 520 power to start going into this. That's if you want to do tier 2. If you want to do tier 1, go to Petrovenge, get one, then go to the Blind Well, and then wait there. Now, I say wait there because as people start trickling into the Dreaming City and are powering up, we were finding more and more people as we were changing instances here and there were coming to the Blind Well because they want to get it done. Also, I definitely would recommend going with a fire team because at least you have 3 people there, and we ran into a couple of other fire teams. The most we had, and we got tier 2 done, was 2 teams of 3. Now, we did tier 3. We made it up to the final boss, but we could not complete it. One of the things is every time you kill one of these ogres, it will add 30 seconds to the timer. So each one of these rounds, when you're depositing light into those bubbles, you got to kill everything or hold the fort down until the light's deposited. If the timer runs out, the event is complete. Same thing with the bosses. If you don't kill them in a certain amount of time, the event is complete and you did not finish the challenge. However, we did realize, you know what? If we do tier 3 again, we need to start infusing our Whisper of the Worms. We more than likely would have completed tier 3. It wasn't that bad, especially leading up to the bosses. We had no problem with that. But getting that final boss down, time is of essence. You got to get those bosses down really, really quickly. So I think I covered everything in under 10 minutes. So I think that alone deserves me a like. Come on, guys, smash a like on this video. And if you want a 200K Mesa Sean t-shirt, a link will be in the description and annotated on screen. All right, guys, you know the drill. Leave me a hashtag made it to the end to become legend. And do me a favor, drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on the Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream, usually and always on YouTube. And that is it. I am out of here like Vladimir.